Gambia's National Assembly have rejected is largely affected to keep up business as the economy crumbles. Experts say there's a need to develop a functional infrastructure to widen business to revive the economy. Here are more details of that in this report.
For nearly 6 months now, production at this honey factory in Nigeria's capital Abuja has stalled. Bee farmer Ademola Adesina had spent over a decade producing and exporting honey and other byproducts to various parts of the world. Before the COVID-19 pandemic, he produced an average 150 tons of honey every year, mainly for exports. But now more than 80% of his earnings have been cut off.
We rear bees in the farm, and the lockdown has kept us indoors. We could not go to the farm. We have virtually not been able to do any export business throughout this year because of the lockdown.
Funds were lost. So if you begin to quantify it, in percentage wise, I should say, so many people lost over 80-90% of what they would have gained this month. And then there were no serious stimulus.
And disease will continue to confront the international community. It is only through collective action, global solidarity, and international cooperation that we can tackle them.
Because the 75th anniversary coincides with the global coronavirus pandemic, some speakers did call for more concerted efforts to tackle the disease. President Barrow, on his part, said COVID-19 underscores the importance of multilateralism, international solidarity, and cooperation in the search for lasting solutions to such threats. Globally, 31.4 million cases have been recorded of the coronavirus since December 2019, and of these, 21.5 million people have recovered and 9 have died. Reporting Africa News, I am Mariama Cham.
And the report is filed in there by Mariam Cham instead of Julden Jai Sware, as I mentioned earlier. Now, Kenyan President Uhuru Kenyatta has commended President Salva Kiir and the people of South Sudan for the progressive steps taken in search of peace in their country and the neighboring Republic of Sudan. President Kenyatta was speaking Monday morning when he received special envoys of President Salva Kiir at State House in Mombasa. He said the milestones made in the South Sudan peace process since the commencement of the transition period in February this year were as a result of sacrifices made by parties to the conflict. The South Sudanese envoys included the country's Minister for Presidential Affairs and his Foreign Affairs counterpart, Ambassador Beatrice Wani. President Kenyatta also lauded the South Sudanese for commitment to the efforts to end intra-community violence. And with that, we will now take a break and come back shortly with the remaining of these stories. Stay with us, we'll be right back. Welcome back, and you're watching the World Today News Bulletin on Africa TV. And now to the rest of the stories. Now to Mali, because despite massive pressure from ECOWAS to return the country to civilian rule, Mali's junta has appointed a former colonel and a defense minister, but now as interim president and coup leader deputy. Details of that in this report by Ibrahim John.
West African leaders had demanded a civilian interim president, but told the junta that they could tolerate a soldier as vice president after last month's coup that removed President Ibrahim Boubacar Keita. On Monday, Mali's junta announced